So come to kneeling at the feet of your receiver. And I like to have my knees right in between the ankles and bring the feet in so that they're on the mat. So that if you go to pour weight on the feet, they're going to go into the mat and not into the floor. All right. Ideally, you guys would all have one of these mats right here, and then it would be extra juicy. You got to work with what you got. All right. So as the giver, sit up nice and tall. Close your eyes. Bring your hands to your heart. Just come into awareness, into feeling, into your body. And use this opportunity to bring to mind a time in your life when you felt really loved, cared for, and supported. And just recalling how good that feels. You might even be able to bring to mind the face of the person that gave you this support. And if you can picture it, you might even notice the gratitude and the joy on their face. Maybe even begin to offer back some of that love and support back to this person, so it becomes a cycle. Giving and receiving, receiving and giving. And as we cultivate this feeling, cultivate this quality, we'll work with the intention of giving this away to the person that we'll be working with today. It's coming from that place, from that intention. You can slowly begin to open your eyes. Bring your hands together, rub them together to generate some heat and energy. Kind of like karate fit, right? Alright, and then bring your hands just about 1 centimeter apart and just kind of move them in and out a little bit. See if you can feel the energy, a little bit of like magnetic, energetic feel between your hands. And then from here, we'll gently lower our hands down to our feet or lower seat. We'll take a breath in, and a breath out. And then see this person in front of you and see if you can match your breath with theirs. Not allowed to have any fun or any laughter at all. Super serious. All right, grab onto the feet and lift them up. Bring them onto your thighs. My fingers stay over the tops of the feet, thumbs into the arch of the feet. And then see if you can get your arms to go straight and then just lean back. And then even rock a little side to side. And you can inhale to ease up and exhale to lengthen. And we'll take a breath in, lift the feet up. And on the exhale, pour your weight into your left hand and right into the arch of the foot. Inhale to come up. And exhale into your right hand. See if you can do a straight arms. Inhale to come up. And exhale, move your left hand a little closer to the ball of the toes. Inhale up, and exhale to your right arm. Inhale up, and exhale, just finding a rhythm that works in your body. There's always one group. Set it. And then we'll turn our fingers in a little bit and maybe catch the heel, the calcaneus bone. If you think about it too, just something to think about is that our feet are strong, okay? They support our whole body weight on them, so they can usually take a little bit of pressure. All right, from here, we'll set up to palm press our way up the calves. So we'll turn the fingers in and bring the knife edge or the pinky edge of the hand into the valley between the tibia and the calf, okay? So bring your left hand into place, pour the weight on your exhale, and then inhale, come up, and exhale, pour your weight into your right. Inhale, come up, and exhale, pour your weight into your left. And just make your way up the calf until you get right below the knee. Make sure not to apply pressure directly to the bones, especially the bones of the knees. And you can check into, be sure if somebody's not wearing clothing and you pull down like that, you'll give a skin burn. Doesn't feel good. My teacher in Thailand, the last time I went, he's kind of, he's a like pretty authentic Thai guy, and he'd be like, terrible, terrible, like when you were doing something that was giving you skin burn, terrible, like talk like that to you. So I'm not going to be like that, but just keep awareness around what it can feel like if you drag the skin. It doesn't feel good. And when we get up by the knees again, we'll step. So bring your hands off their legs and step your left foot to the outside of their right leg. And then bring the patella, which is the kneecap, into the palm of your hand. And just notice how the knee fits perfectly into the palm of your hand. Extend your fingers out long and then roll in circles. If somebody's really ticklish, it can be because you're getting too fingery with your hands. Extend your fingers and kind of pour some weight. And then roll in the other direction.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you normally use oil?
No. Not in traditional times. All right, and then we'll turn our fingers out, and we'll bring the heel of the hand to find the top of the thigh right above the knee, being sure not to apply pressure to the kneecap, okay? So I'll pour straight down through the left, inhale up, and exhale straight down through the right. And just palming our way up the inner line of the thigh. Too much? Too much pressure?
Trying to break it. Or to crack.
Okay. It's good. It's fine. It was something that needed to be released. It just didn't know it. A little less pressure. Yeah. So, move a little slower, okay? And see, remember when we were doing the palming on the mat? See how much you can feel underneath your hand. Okay, we're not in a hurry here. We're all going to get to the end at the same time. Usually a little bit less pressure by the knees and a little bit more pressure in the middle of the thigh. See how much you can let your hand melt into the muscle. And then when we get up to the hip crease, we'll pause. And if you feel the pulse, that's great. If you don't feel the pulse, it's still great. It's a really nice grounding feeling for the receiver. Just finding both arms straight. And then notice how I'm lunging. I'm in a deep lunge, letting the hips lead the way, okay? So that's probably like stage 2. This would be stage 1, back like this. Stage 2, like this. Stage 3, you could come into like a warrior stance. Apply more pressure. If you feel like you want to go even further, you can come into the down dog. And if you're feeling pretty acrobatic, you might even bring it into like a crow pose. Or maybe a handstand. Right? A couple more breaths.
So I have a question.
What's up?
So you don't do this on a massage table, this is always on the floor.
Yeah, this is my setup right here. I'm on. Okay, and then we'll just lean back, sit back, and brush from the hips all the way down the legs up the toes. You guys feel that blood? Blood stop? Maybe, maybe not. It's all right. Okay. All right. So we'll catch the right foot with our right, or their left foot with our right hand. So you would use your right hand on the foot that's right where your right hand. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It'll get really confusing if you guys. Yeah, because you're mirroring them, right? The joke is, if nothing else, we'll learn our rights and lefts. All right, lift the foot up and use your hand behind the knee to get the knee in. You can make sound effects. Yeah. All right, and then we'll catch the foot with our knees. And then use the right hand on their knee. And then use your left hand to catch the calf. And remember, if they don't have any clothing on, you might give a little skin burn. So be really conscious of how it's going. Okay? All right, so see how I'm leaning back and drawing back. So I'm not in this position like this. I'm pulling I'm using my whole body. It's like a little dance. Putting everything into it. And letting it come from the center. From here, I'll switch, bring my left hand to the knee, and use my right hand back behind the calf. And then from here, scoot up a little bit more and interlace your fingers. Okay? And the heel of the hand is going to work that same line that we worked when we palmed up on the inner line. But then we'll also be working this line here, which is like the IT band is right there. And we'll squeeze like the elbows together and lean back. And then bring the hand a little lower, squeeze and lean back. If you want to go deeper ever, you could use your thumbs, but thumbs can be really sharp pretty quick. Okay? Yeah. You might be able to get the hip to lift up a little bit. Yeah. And then we'll use our right hand on the knee to lift. See that? And then catch the heel with the other hand and just roll in circles. And it's best to do it in a way that you kind of trick them, because they're going to try to help you usually. If they're not used to letting go, they're going to try to help you. I worked on one person, and like I'd work on them and I'd let go and they would just stay stuck. Like I would move and then I'd let go and they'd be in this position. Like I wouldn't even move. Okay. And now we'll catch the heel. You can just draw their knee into their body, it'll pin it. And then sit back and lift their right foot up and bring their leg over your right. So the leg that's extended. Bring your leg underneath it. Yep. And then let's see how where the knee folds. Let it just fold over your leg. Yep. And then turn your toes out. And catch the foot with both. So turn the toes out the other way. So the toes are facing in. Turn the other way. Yeah, and right behind the knee. And you want to be able to lift your chest up and extend your leg. Let your arms be straight. See how your arms are bent and like this? Bring them like this. Straight arms. Yeah. And then straighten your leg up. Yep. Come a little closer. Yep. Yeah. There you go. And you can kind of rock a little bit like this too. It can be nice. Pressure okay? You can even lower the foot a little bit. And then we'll turn the toe in like a karate kick. Like a karate kick. So the toes face in. And then we'll let the foot and the knee come all the way up to the side. We'll lift the foot up, the other foot up. And then bring our foot in close to the midline. So this foot is still back behind the knee. See it? How it just folded over? Just let your toes come up. All right. From here, we'll extend the left leg and you can hold on to the heel with one hand and then just pull the right leg back. See how this foot's in by the midline? Left foot. Yeah. And then we'll just move it up a little bit closer. I'm pressing into the arch of my foot. I'm applying quite a bit of pressure. Is that okay for you? And then I can even roll out. If I roll onto the knife edge, it'll get even more deep. Start on the arch, it's the softer part, and then roll out a little bit if you feel like they want to go, like get a little bit more depth. And then from here, I'll just bring the foot a little closer and apply some pressure and just allow the muscle to release to the pressure. All right, and then we'll catch the foot with both hands, and then we'll just walk with both feet up and down the leg. And check in with them, make sure the pressure's okay. Don't kill him though, right? Yeah. Alright. And then we'll extend the leg. Catch both feet and just lift up and give them a little rock, just to recenter their body. We just did a lot of work on one side, so it's possible to, yeah, let's play around with that just for a second, okay? So you can kind of rock a little like this. One thing that's nice to do is just little shakes like this. This is a good place to ask a question. Like, hey, can I borrow 20 bucks? All right, so we'll catch their right foot with our left hand. Yeah, you guys got it? So the other foot. Okay, so use left. Yes. Got it? Because it'll be the opposite. So it'll be their right foot, your left hand. I couldn't get my left and right straight at all until I started teaching yoga, and it took about 2 years probably before I could even get it right. And I still get it wrong. Okay, all right, use your right hand back behind the knee. All right, and then we'll work this calf. Time's flying.
Nobody cares what time it is right now.
Okay.
Well, I don't care.
Yeah. All right, then we'll switch. And then We'll interlace our fingers and catch, squeeze and pull back. Making your way down towards the hip crease and back. Is it foot sliding? It tickles you. Alright. And then we'll pick the leg up, roll it around in circles. And then we'll sit down and bring their left foot over our right leg. Turn the toes out. Hold on to the foot with both hands. Sit up tall. Roll your shoulders back. And extend your left leg. Then you can do a little rock like this. Maybe lower your foot a little bit. So I'm keeping the leg straight and just rocking at the hip. Yeah. All right, and then I'm going to turn the toes in and let the foot fall out to the side. Got it? All right. Lift up their left leg and bring your right foot to the inside of the thigh. Up close to their midline. Extend and pull back with your left leg. You can use your hand too to help pull back at the heel. This position is called the paddle move. So when I talked about body language earlier, there's a couple of signals that we could kind of play into. One of them is noticing their breath. If they're taking long, even, deep breaths, then it's usually their body is releasing and letting go. If you notice them holding their breath and then even like tightening up their body, then it's usually not very good. Another sign to look for is the eyes, watching the eyes. If the eyeballs are rolling around in the back of their head, then you're probably doing something. Okay, from here we'll catch the foot with, you can just use your left hand or you can use both hands, and we'll just walk on the hamstring. If you want to be extra nice, you could just use one hand and then use your other hand to massage the arch of the foot. Sometimes it's good to just massage as many different places as you can at once. You ready? All right. And then from here, we'll extend the leg. Sit back. Come to a kneeling position. Catch the feet. Catch the heels. Stand up. And then we'll bring our hips forward. So see how I'm in a lunge, like I have one foot in front of the other? Bring your hips forward and then turn the toes in to catch your glutes. And then just lean back. They call this the bullfighter. So right now I'm watching his eyeballs just rolled around. See if it'll happen again. And then we'll just turn the toes in and out a few times to make sure the legs are released. Stand up and use one knee to get one knee to bend and the other knee to get the other knee to bend, and then just rock a little. Bus driver. The buses in Thailand are usually more like pickup trucks with benches in the back for the tire. Okay. All right, we'll come into a duck squat and bring the feet onto our knees. See how my knees are together? My heels are out wide, and my knees are catching the arch of the feet. And I'll just pour the weight straight down. Move slow, yeah, move slow. Yeah, if his face, see how his face is wincing? Not so much, a little bit less. Alright, and then we can try the lift, wrapping the arms around, interlacing the fingers, and sitting and leaning back. It's crazy, like half the time everyone gets it, and half the time only a couple of people get it. Doesn't always work. Alright. From here, both legs straight. Pick the hips up and scoot just a little bit to the right. To your right, yeah? And then come into a tree stance with your left foot. Your left foot. Is that your left? No, that's your right. You had it right. And then bring the foot around and catch. Lower the leg. Yeah. If you catch at the ankle, then the knee won't bend. If you catch at the knee, then the knee's going to bend and it doesn't work as good. Yeah, cool. All right, step your left foot over their right leg and even up by the armpit a little bit. Okay. All right, now bring the leg all the way across. Yeah. And then just drop your knee down.
Oh. Good.
And the deal is I'm trying to pour the weight straight down. Okay. And then you can even pin the TFL with your thigh or with your calf and then roll around in circles and just do a little dance. That's more the top of the femur. A little bit, yeah, right there, yes. All right, and then we'll pin. See how I bring this foot in to pin the sacrum? I'll catch his wrists. We'll take a breath in and exhale. Lift, lean back, and do a couple rocks. Make sure your spine is straight. You don't want to hurt your back. All right, lower them back down. And then we'll switch. We'll bring the arm across their left arm and then catch their right arm with our right hand. So that. Yes, okay. All right. And we'll sit up. Your arm across your body. If the arm falls out of the way, then move it back. It's important that it stays there to keep the body more supported. All right, we'll lower them down. And then catch their foot. Step out. And there's a couple ways you can get the other leg back up. One of them is that you can bring your toes underneath and then just lift it up to you. Make sure you catch it though if you do that. Yeah. Or you can just reach down and pick the foot, right? All right, now we'll lift the hips up and scoot them to the other side. And then we'll use our right foot to catch their left leg. Yeah. As long as I do it right, you guys can watch this video over and over and over and over. Okay, and now we'll step our right foot all the way up by the left shoulder. And I'll bring the leg across and let it come. See where my knee's at? It's right up by my knee. Yeah. Now step up a little bit, bring my foot a little closer to the armpit, and draw the knee down. Okay. And the way I'm going is I'm drawing it straight down. All right, and then we can use our left leg to find the TFL, which is the muscle that's at the top of the hip point, in between that and the top of the hip. All right, and then we'll pin the sacrum in, catch the hands, take a breath in. With a straight spine, Knees bent, sit up, lean back. Do a couple rocks. Yeah. And then lower them down. And then we'll lower their right arm and catch their left arm with our left arm. You guys got it? Okay. And we'll sit up. A little bit, and then lower them down. And then you can just have them bring their arms straight back. All right, make sure their legs straight, that bottom one. And we're just gonna walk over to their left, right over their leg. And come a little closer, and then I'll just kind of scoot over a little bit.
Oh.
And scoot forward. Yeah. Yeah, so you might have to get them to move around just a little bit. Make sure that their toes are turned in and the heels out a little bit. Otherwise, this point right here at the ankle will be super high, and when you go to massage the calf, it's going to be a lot of tension here and back here behind the ankle. All right. So let's come to a lunge position and bring our palms to the calves, and we'll just palm our way up the calves. Make sure to stop below the knee. Okay. When we get to the knee, or below the knee, it's possible to put too much pressure that'll go all the way into the knee. So be careful how much pressure you're applying here, especially now that we don't have padded mats to work on today. So going up, back down. And we'll make our way back up. From here, you can bring your right knee in between their legs, sort of at the center of the calf. And then we'll palm our way up. Actually, let's do a couple of circles around the backs of the knees. Not applying a lot of pressure, just rolling around to stimulate some energy. And then we'll palm press our way up to the hamstring. Right up to the foot. And then back down towards the knee. Less pressure closer to the knee, so you're not jamming their knee into the floor. All right. Once you make your way up by the glutes again, we'll bring the hands down on either side and bring our knees into the glutes. Bring the weight forward a little bit. Do a little rock, a little windshield wiper. Check in with them though. Make sure that the hip points aren't jamming into the mat. Right? If it's too much, tap out. All right?
Or you tap.
If you lean back a little bit, you can release and then find a little bit of a new spot. It looks like you're a little bit on his sacrum. Bring your knees a little wider. Yeah. If you feel bone underneath your knees, you're not in the right place. Right? You don't want to feel bone. All right. And now we'll bring the knees right to the thigh. Catch the wrists. Have them hold your wrists. So the knees are below the glutes a little bit. All right. We'll take a breath in. And on the exhale, sit up and back. Breathe in and lower. Bring your hands a little bit more up the forearm. Hold on again. Take a breath in and exhale. Breathe in and exhale, the arm down. And we'll catch one more. Take a breath in and exhale. Oh, my knees. Breathe in and breathe out. Super therapeutic. All right. All right, bring their hands so that they come underneath the shoulders. We'll catch the hips and then bring them right back into the chest. And then just turn your fingers back. He's all, what? You're moving? They got to help you a little bit too. Apply pressure slow and gently. Yeah. And if it's if they're making sounds like that, then yeah, don't apply pressure. Okay. So here's the thing. One of the reasons why we move slow in the massage is so that we don't go too deep. If we move slow, then we have an opportunity to feel and to get response from them before we go in too deep. So if we're just moving in and we're just moving really fast, then we don't have an opportunity and we have a chance to actually maybe hurt somebody. So moving nice and slow and gently. And then progressively building up the weight. All right, we'll walk around. Bring our foot in between the hands and have them interlace the fingers around the ankle. If the fingers are interlaced, it might hold a little better. Make sure the elbows are already up off the ground. Yeah, it might be tight in his shoulders. Yeah. So you can just stay where you were at. Okay, he's got it. Yeah. Okay. So see how I lift my heel up? I'm on the ball of my toe. Okay. You guys see? Heels up. I'm on the ball of my toe, like I'm wearing a high heel. Because I know exactly what wearing a high heel is like. Alright. From here, I'll bring my hands to the back, and then just draw the heel down a little bit. And on the inhale, I'll lift. And on the exhale, gently draw the heel down to create some length. Inhale. And all right, and then I'll lift my heel up so that the elbows come down, bring my foot in a little bit so the hands come all the way down. And I'll bring one hand to the low back, so I'm by the side, and the other hand to the shoulder, and I'll just lift them. Come on. You might have to ask them to come on, especially if they fell asleep on it. All right, and then turn that way to face the wall. Okay. Sit cross. All right. We'll turn just a tiny bit this way. Not that much. Okay. So we'll come into a duck squat again, and bring the heel of our hands. Let your chin drop. So let their chin drop. Bring the heel of your hand right to the spot where the shoulder and the neck meet. You guys see that spot? And then we'll take a breath in. And on the exhale, just pour the weight down. You want to sit cross-legged. Inhale. And exhale. Breathe in. And now on the exhale, pour a little bit more weight in the left. Inhale to come up. Exhale into the right. See, in this one, you can't really see what their eyes are doing, but I can see what everyone's eyes are doing here. It looks like you guys are really then from here, we'll just squeeze the shoulders a couple times and even massage the rhomboids in between the shoulder blades. And then you can even squeeze the top of the traps and just hold there for a few breaths. You might even feel the muscle melt in between your fingers. All right, and then we'll catch the hands and bring them back. Ooh, stay up. Okay, and then hold on to their wrists. Have them hold on to your wrists. Lift your chest up. Look up. Yeah, and then see how my legs go straight here. See that? Legs are straight. I'm leaning back a little. My heart's lifted, and then I'm just bringing my toes in between the shoulder blades. And then you can even walk your way down either side. Smiling. Even bring yourself back up. Sometimes if their shoulders are open, you might be able to get your toes underneath their shoulder blades. So you can get to a place where your legs go totally straight and you're not pressing, your legs are sort of locked out and you're pulling and drawing and using the weight to do the massage. All right. And then from here, we'll bring the hands to the knees. Set our hands up for Tai Chops. And all right, and then 3 brushes. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll think in the traditional Thai way, kapunka. Kapunka. And you say ka if you're a woman. Okay, nice. All right, cool. Good job. All right, let's switch.